Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of A Child's Life. It is not uncommon for me to hear, Mrs. Robinson, all my children want to do is play. Play, play, play. Or, this child just plays too much. For this week's episode, we're going to look at the work of childhood, which is play. Play is an essential part of childhood, and when children don't play, it can have an effect on their physical, social, and emotional development. So although as parents we want to know that our children are serious when it comes to their schoolwork, today I'm going to shed some light on just why it is important that children play and the 6 different types of play that they should be encouraged to do. From very young, babies take an interest in playing. I myself, with young children, and when they were babies, noticed how much they loved to play. When babies are about 3 or 4 months, they begin that phase of exploration, how things feel, what they sound like, what they look like, and even what they taste like. Babies are born with an innate interest to learn things through exploration. This transfers into childhood and then into adulthood. Although many people believe play is only about having a good time, play is extremely important when it comes to the development of the child. It allows the child to investigate his or her world. In today's competitive world, parents and educators sometimes cut out the amount of play that children do because they feel as though it is wasting time, or that they should spend their time more productively or constructively. However, play is essential to the development of the child. There are numerous benefits to play. Through play, children develop a number of skills, including language, creativity, problem solving, social, motor, and interpersonal skills. For this reason, most learning that takes place in the early years is often centered around both structured and unstructured play. So we have 6 different types of play that we're going to explore in this week's episode. The first one is discovery play. Although referred to as exploring play, allows a child to explore their discovery play, which is also referred to as exploration or exploring play. It allows a child to explore their environment and to find things out. They discover topics such as size, shape, texture, color, etc. Playing with water and sand falls into this category. Think about the amount of discovery a 4-year-old can have with a sink full of water and different types of measuring cups and spoons. Discovery play often happens when no one is looking. Unfortunately, some children find out that things are breakable while they are playing. However, it can turn into something that is teachable in order for us to let the child know that there's certain objects that we really shouldn't be touching or that we have to be very careful with. Their ball may bounce, but mommy's favorite mug does not. The next type of play that we're going to discuss is physical play, and this is a very popular type of play. When we talk about physical play, we're essentially referring to exercise. This takes place when a child is moving around, running, jumping, bouncing, swimming, etc. Then we have creative play. Creative play happens when a child is expressing their own ideas and feelings through a medium. It may be drawing a picture, making a Play-Doh creation, building with blocks. Creativity helps a child to express themselves. Then we have imaginative play. This is what is often referred to as make-believe. Children often imagine they are other people or animals in a variety of settings. A few popular imaginative play scenarios include playing school, playing doctor, or shopping. Then we have manipulative play. This involves a child's fine motor skills. The hand, eyes, and brain all need to coordinate in order to achieve a task. This starts with babies when they're learning to grab an object such as a rattle, and later expands to children when they're doing things such as arts and crafts. The final type of play that we're going to discuss today is social play. Although children can do a number of other types of play with peers, social play focuses on cooperating, sharing, and being honest. Although I've presented 6 different types of play, it's important to note that the different types of play are not necessarily executed in isolation. When children are playing, they are more often than not falling into 2 or more categories of play. For instance, 3 or 4 children playing school can be an example of not only imaginative play, but also creative, manipulative, social, and physical play. Now that we've learned about the different types of play, let's just spend a few minutes looking at the advantages of play. When play is child-driven, children learn important decision-making skills. They discover their interests, practice decision-making skills, and play can also add to insight that a parent has on their child. Often children play with their siblings and other children in the neighborhood. It is, however, a great idea for parents to get involved in play. It could be by watching or by joining in. This time will give you insight into your child and how he or she sees the world. When a parent plays with their child, it's a time when the child feels like the parent is fully paying attention to them. Play is that play helps a child develop language skills. Children are constantly speaking when they are playing, and play encourages children to express their views, experiences, and frustrations. In today's society, it's essential that we are able to work with one another. Children first learn to work together by playing together. While playing, they develop their social skills. When children begin playing, they usually start with non-threatening objects such as rattles, teddy bears, blocks, and other toys that fall into the category of individual. As they get older, they begin playing with other children, which teaches them how to take turns, share, and assert themselves when necessary. In other words, they practice their interactive skills. When children play, they often choose to play things that they are good at and they feel success. And it has a positive effect on their self-esteem. Having a positive self-image and a high self-esteem from the time a child is young is something that all parents should strive towards. As mentioned earlier, the amount of time a child plays is sometimes cut out because it is seen as wasting time. I'm sure by now you understand the benefits of play. With the pressures of today's world, it is tempting to reduce or eliminate play and focus solely on academics. However, at the end of the day, we want our children and students to be well-rounded. Children need a combination of both structured and unstructured play. Although unstructured play is often left out, it is essential. It's during this time that your child develops their creativity, their sense of self-reflection, and traits such as honesty, generosity, tenacity, compassion, and also it gives them a way to decompress. In conclusion, play is healthy and an essential part of childhood. In today's fast-paced society, it is important as parents and educators that we expose children to different kinds of play. It's clear that play involves so many essential benefits. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of A Child's Life. If you'd like to get in contact with me, Yolande Robinson, please email me at connect@yolandrobinson.com.